This is ABC 7 News at 6.
State police are investigating an incident in Guilford last night that left a man dead and a woman critically injured. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. Maine State Police say the incident happened a little after 7 at 24 Pine Street. Spokesperson Shannon Moss says the Piscataquis County Sheriff's Office went there for a well-being check and found 2 seriously injured adults inside a neighboring residence. An adult female and male were transported to the hospital. Moss says the male died from his injuries while being transported. The female remains in critical condition. The body of the man who died has been taken to the medical examiner's office to officially determine the cause and manner of death.
It's scary, very terrifying. You don't want something like that to happen, and definitely makes me reconsider. We usually let our daughter go outside and just play, you know, with the door open and stuff like that. We can keep an eye on her, but certainly not going to be happening anymore. Yeah, but you think that you know what's going on in the houses around you, but you never do, apparently.
Not really.
49-year-old Ryan Carlton of Guilford has been arrested and charged with aggravated assault. He is scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow. Spokesperson Moss says it's likely his charges will be elevated then. Law enforcement believes this is an isolated incident and there are no ongoing public safety concerns, and anyone with information about the case is being asked to call Maine State Police at 973-3700 and asked to speak with Detective Jacob Furland. Meanwhile, we are told that the female involved worked for the Guilford School District. The Guilford School District told us in a statement, quote, "Our school community is deeply saddened by the tragic events involving a valued member of our school staff and her family. Our thoughts and heartfelt concern are with her and all those affected during this incredibly difficult time. We recognize that this news may be difficult for our students, staff, and families. Counselors and other support staff will be available as needed to provide support to our students and staff," end quote. Meanwhile, the Maine Warden Service is investigating a fatal ATV crash. It happened at approximately 7:45 last night in a field behind Old East Road in Fort Fairfield. Spokesperson Mark Lottie says 2 15-year-olds were riding in a side-by-side ATV. Lottie says the driver turned a hard left while accelerating, which caused the front of the machine to lift and skid before rolling over. He says the 15-year-old passenger died at the scene. The driver was transported to Cary Medical Center in Caribou with non-life-threatening injuries. Lottie says the driver and passenger were not wearing helmets, nor were they using seat belts. Well, Democrats held a field hearing today on the shooting death of a man by an ICE agent. Johann Sebastian Duran Guerrero was killed in Biddeford on July 13th. Members of his family, local officials, community advocates, and others spoke at a forum looking into the use of force by ICE. Governor Janet Mills was also among those who spoke at the congressional field hearing. She reiterated her call for Congress to fundamentally reform or abolish ICE. During her testimony, Mills said, quote, "Congress must send a clear and unmistakable message that these tactics are not just morally wrong, they also imperil the safety and security of every person who calls this country home." A judge denied a motion to amend bail for an Orrington man charged with killing his 12-week-old daughter. Sean Samuels was in court today with his lawyers asking for his bail to be lowered so that he might get out of jail while he awaits trial. He was charged and later indicted on charges of depraved indifference, murder, and manslaughter in the death of his 12-week-old daughter, Lila, who was found unresponsive on January 16th of this year. She later died at a hospital on January 18th. While his lawyers argued he has no criminal prior convictions, a prosecutor for the state told a judge that his bail in 2 pending aggravated assault cases against him has already been revoked. The judge rejected the motion to amend bail in the case of his daughter's death, which was originally set at $250,000 during his initial court appearance. She did that, by the way, with denying the motion without prejudice, and if there are trial delays, then the decision could be addressed again. Switching gears now, a portion of High Street in Ellsworth is closed due to a sinkhole. The sinkhole was located between Pizza Hut and the first entrance towards the Hannaford Plaza near the new Camden National Bank. City crews will be working to repair the damaged area on Tuesday, August 18th. According to city officials, High Street is still open to traffic, but drivers should use caution and keep an eye out for crews and lane closures while allowing for a little extra travel time through that area. Well, staying in Ellsworth now, the city was among several school districts to receive statewide grants to combat the issue of student homelessness. Our Sam Miller has details there.
Through grants funded by Maine Housing, the Ellsworth School District and several others were recently awarded a total of $2 million in order to help prevent student homelessness. Ellsworth will receive around $320,000 of that funding, which comes from the agency's Prevent Student Homelessness program. That program aims to help struggling students gain access to housing stability services.
There's about 5 to 8% of students at one time, from very young ages, pre-K and K, all the way up to high schoolers, really on their own, couch surfing, living with friends, or sometimes, unfortunately, living in their cars.
Around 1,300 students and their families who are at risk or experiencing homelessness are expected to benefit from this grant. Ellsworth Assistant Superintendent Nikki Chan says the district is already partnering with outside organizations to address student homelessness. The new funding will expand these crucial services.
We will be able to support multiple avenues such as rental assistance, utilities, needs that people have. You know, sometimes people are able to afford their rent or utilities, but that means that they've chosen not to be able to, buy food or glasses or whatever it may be for their students. So all of this will help students in whatever way possible in those avenues.
Chan says the ultimate goal is to set students up for a better future.
The main point is to try to move them from crisis level to stability level, and we work hard every single day. There's a lot of this in our communities, and even with many students who you would never know from the outside, they may look successful or they may not ever tell their friends or teacher, but their family certainly can be struggling.
In Ellsworth, Sam Miller, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The fall sports season is about to start, and with it comes the tradition of betting. Dr. David Prescott at Northern Light Acadia Health says it's hard to get exact data, but he says it is likely that half of men between the ages of 18 and 50 placed a sports bet in the last year. He says betting in and of itself isn't a problem, but it can become an addiction like alcohol or drugs. Prescott says if betting starts to have a bigger impact on your life and interferes with your relationships or your finances, then there's a problem.
Have you ever lied to somebody about how much money you've spent on gambling or like on a sports betting app? Or have you ever felt the need that either in order to get the same thrill out of it or to cover your losses, you need to bet more and more?
Prescott says if that is the case, the bets are controlling you, and he says now is the time to set limits on how much you can spend. Prescott says help is available if you think you might have a problem. Well, the Lincoln town office was closed today as officials investigate what they say was a cyber attack that affected portions of the town's computer network. Early Saturday morning, the town's information technology provider, the MotorBrain Group, notified town leaders that some of the files on the town's network had been encrypted. The town says steps were immediately taken to isolate the affected systems and prevent any further impact. They say the incident may have actually occurred as early as Thursday of last week. Now, the full scope of the cyber incident is still being investigated, and the town says certain services may experience disruption while the affected areas are gradually and safely brought back online. And now, folks, will pause and peek outside for a first check of our forecast.
All right, thank you. Old Town Redemption now offering a 10% bonus on your returnables and a monthly $100 drawing. Talking weather out there today, below average temperatures, rain and cloud-cooled air across the region today. Definitely a break for us for sure. And the showers are still out there for us right now. Lots of low clouds in here as well. This will continue tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Not a heavy rain, but just snow. Clouds tonight, clouds tomorrow with scattered showers in there as well. The rain should come to an end again late tomorrow evening before sunshine is back in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is some dense fog late, some rain showers in there as well, with low temperatures in the 60s. Your full forecast is coming up.
Thank you so much, Jeff. And coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll have more of your local news.
I went to work in the woods after high school. The harder we worked, the more that the companies took from us. That's why we organized. We made them listen. People are doing everything they can right and still cannot get ahead. Susan Collins keeps telling us everything is just fine. Who has she served? She has served Donald Trump. She has served the billionaires. She has served herself. We are getting screwed, and I'm running to change that.
Government That Works PAC's responsible for the content of this ad.
I'm a fifth-generation logger from Allagash. I grew up a poor kid in a town full of poor people, doing everything right and still struggling to get ahead. And it's worse now. People in this country work so damn hard and still feel so damn broke. That's no way to live. Susan Collins keeps telling us that everything's fine, but we know it's not. We all have eyes, paychecks, and bills. We know we're getting screwed. You deserve better. I'm Troy Jackson. I'm running for Senate, and I approve this message.
In the ICU, I've seen patients being bankrupted by the cost of care, and they're having to travel 3 and 4 hours to receive that care. This didn't just happen. Susan Collins voted to support Donald Trump on the largest Medicaid cut in history. Healthcare is getting even more expensive. People are losing coverage. Labor and delivery centers are closing. Hospitals are closing. We need to tell Susan Collins to stop siding with Donald Trump. We can't afford it.
At the Challenger Learning Center of Maine, our mission to inspire Maine students has never been stronger. Our newly renovated facility is open and ready to launch. We have upgraded simulator rooms, refreshed learning spaces, and new hands-on STEM experiences. Check out our exciting upcoming events for students, educators, and families. There's always something happening at Challenger. Ready for liftoff? Explore what's new and what's next at the Challenger Learning Center of Maine. Visit astronaut.org for details.
You dance expensive. 12 of the world's greatest dancers will live together and compete to become a pro dancer on the next season of Dancing with the Stars.
I've put everything on the line for this.
This is my dream.
I want to see you fight for it.
That could be on Dancing with the Stars tomorrow.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Folks in Mid-Coast Maine who are experiencing hardships, food insecurity, and housing instability are getting a helping hand through a new program at the Penn Bay YMCA. Our Jody Hersey explains.
As beautiful as it is living on the coast of Maine, it can be challenging as well, especially for people or families with limited resources.
We met with a number of providers in this area that we have relationships with and work with: Penquist, AIO, Homeworthy, and Maine Health, and we discussed the fact that there's still some folks in the community that are falling through the cracks.
So the Penn Bay YMCA teamed up with the town of Thomaston to create a Community Navigator pilot program using a community block grant. It allows employee Heather DeVita to reach out to people at the Thomaston Library, the town office, or at senior citizen luncheons to assess where in their lives they could use a helping hand.
So there's a variety of needs that folks come to us with. If they're looking for case management, that's something I can help sign them up with. If they're having some food insecurity, we can get them signed up with our local food pantries or help out with a gift card. If they're trouble with transportation, we try and help fill that need also.
The best part of the program is there are no requirements.
So we really wanted to make sure that we created this safety net that would help everyone. So you don't have to be experiencing homelessness to be eligible for this program. You don't have to be in a certain income eligibility to access this program.
7 months after this program was put in place, it's been able to help 67 individuals from 40 different families within the Thomaston community. And just like the sign on Main Street says, the town decided to be the change in the world it wishes to see. in order to help residents who proudly call Thomaston home. In Thomaston, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Firefighter hopefuls from across Maine gathered in Hamden today as part of a 2-week-long training process to become a first responder. 30 soon-to-be firefighters came together to learn and practice basic firefighting skills at the annual Penobscot County Fire Academy. After months of book work, the academy is the final step to becoming a firefighter, says Old Town Fire Lieutenant Taylor Gaines, who is the academy's assistant director this summer. Gaines says while the academy provides all the basics, they focus on teaching future firefighters that the job is really always about learning.
I think we do a great job as an academy getting people those basics, but as we try to drill into people, you just never stop learning once you're past this point. And there's plenty to build on once they're done.
The academy consists of classroom lectures as well as hands-on learning, allowing the cadets to use the gear they will use in the field while practicing tasks they'll face during their careers. According to Gaines, prospective firefighters from 14 different departments across Penobscot County and 3 from outside the county were invited to the academy. Those attending say it is exhaustive work but has improved their firefighting abilities, and they've also found a few friends.
This couple weeks here has got me a lot more comfortable and confident with the skills and meeting people from new departments. This has been a lot of fun. Yeah. We're split up into companies, so there's 5 people in my company, and I can already tell they're going to be friends for a long time.
And we wish them the best of luck. Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, we have sports and your full forecast. Stay tuned.
If you believe in a campaign that's honest.
Honest. Troy Jackson was accused of mortgage fraud for falsifying documents to get a low-interest loan. Jackson billed taxpayers for massive travel expenses, even though his house was only a few miles from the state capitol. Who approved his taxpayer-funded expenses? He did. And Jackson was known for bullying women. Troy Jackson, falsifying documents, ripping off taxpayers, and a bully we can't trust. Pine Free Results Pack is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You don't get to buy the government that you want.
But let's look at what Troy Jackson did. Because Troy Jackson likes to keep it in the family. When Jackson was state Senate president, his son was one of the highest paid lobbyists in town. Special interests paid his son, and Jackson changed his positions. Was it a coincidence, or was something corrupt? Troy Jackson is just another dirty politician. SLF PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
On the Pavement, Sunday, October 4th at the Sea Dog on the Bangor waterfront. Register now at purpleirisfoundation.com or scan the QR code. Start a fundraiser, win prizes. Sign up by September 1st and get a free t-shirt. Goodie bags for the first 200 people to register. Cancer survivors sign up for free. Proceeds support those battling cancer in Maine. Pound the Pavement, sponsored by the Sea Dog, Summit America, Peter and Deb Brontis, Eventful Maine, ABC 7, and Fox 22.
I was a teacher in Aroostook County for 40-plus years, and I loved it.
But federal law prevented retired Maine teachers, law enforcement, and firefighters from receiving the full Social Security benefits they earned. Susan Collins fought for them and passed the Social Security Fairness Act.
My retirement almost tripled. What she did benefited over 25,000 Maine retirees. Thank you, Susan.
I'm Susan Collins, and I've approved this message.
Hey, Maine, think you're wicked smart? Well, put your knowledge to the test with me, Ken Jennings, on Jeopardy! Weeknights at 7:30 on ABC 7.
Folks, and happy first day of fall sports. Yes, it is already here. Enjoy these last few weeks of summer because I'll be seeing you at chilly Tuesday night soccer and field hockey games soon enough. We'll actually hear from Bangor girls soccer later tonight at 10 and 11. Sorry if I just spiked your anxiety to start the show. Staying with fall sports, after months of competition, Maine football is named a starting quarterback. Redshirt sophomore Eddie Bueller will start game 1 for the Black Bears. He beat out redshirt junior Caden Drezick and redshirt freshman Mike McMaw to earn the starting role, a competition that started immediately after last season as two-year starter Carter Peavy ran out of eligibility. The 6'3", 223-pound gunslinger has yet to appear in a game for the Black Bears. We will hear more from this team and have more on the story Tuesday evening. Well, the Flagg brothers held their third annual basketball pro camp in the University of Maine over the weekend, and we got to hear from the brothers for the first time since their cameo on Celebrity Family Feud. While campers were playing games, we got to ask the Flaggs about the time they annihilated Team Barstool back in July on Celebrity Family Feud, and I mean annihilated. They beat Dave Portnoy and his team by a whopping 543 points to nothing, and that's not all. When it came to fast money, Ace was ready. He put up 151 points himself before Coop came in to finish the job.
It was super fun. I had a great time there. The game show itself was really fun. I wasn't impressed with myself, my answers. I thought they were mediocre. Fast money I did crush, so that was awesome. But
and you guys gave the money. It was great. It was a great experience, a really fun time, and I think obviously winning how we did made it more fun. But the whole experience was really cool.
The Flagg family earned $25,000 for the Ronald McDonald House of Charities, which is an organization near and dear to their hearts.
Yeah, it means a lot to our family. I think, obviously, me and Ace weren't exactly alive when my parents were staying in that with, our brother when they had their, whole situation going on. But it meant a lot to them and to us in turn, and how they supported our family and got us through a really hard time. So just giving back to them is meaning a lot to us.
They gave us a ton of great stuff this weekend, so we'll have more from them later this week. The 24th annual Jimmy Fund Telethon is today into tomorrow. Maine's own Tom Caron sat down with former Black Bear and current Bruin Jeremy Swayman to discuss.
We've talked a lot about this over the years, like, you're from about as far away as you can be from and still be in America, from Alaska, but your University of Maine time, you started to figure out New England pretty quickly, and then you become part of the Boston Bruins. You know what these fans are all about, and you know that if there's something that's important to the teams, the fans jump in and support, and that's what the Jimmy Fund's all about.
Exactly, and I don't miss a year. It's one of the events I circle on the calendar because it is such a great impact and it impacts so many families, and it's easy to get up for this one. So it's awesome to be here again, and hopefully raising some great funds for a great cause.
To donate, you can visit jimmyfund.org. For now, that's all the time we have for sports. Here is your full 5-day forecast.
All right, thank you. Iron Horse Motorcycle Lawyers. Ride smart, ride safe, enjoy the weekend. All right, here we go out there looking at weather for today and really for the month of July. July came back as tied for the warmest July on record globally. That's land and ocean temperatures. So on this map, red is above average and blue is below. It was the warmest July on record for the U.S. in 132 years of record keeping. Okay, for us out there today, not above average at all, right? Highs back in the 60s today, upper 60s here in Bangor, also Millinocket and Bar Harbor. Tomorrow, though, is going to be a little bit warmer. We'll get some sunshine throughout the afternoon, with rain showers basically tonight into tomorrow as well. The average highs are now right near 80, but tomorrow, 68 or 75 or so, 83 for us on Wednesday. But then look, Thursday, Friday, back in the 80s for sure, before it gets a little bit cooler Saturday and Sunday. But overall, temperatures right near average this week. And of course, we like those summer-like temperatures. Across the country, though, most of the country is above average. Hundreds across the plains again today. They've been baking out here pretty much all summer long. For us, though, we get kind of waves of cooler down temperatures, but overall, it's been pretty warm for us as well. Tonight, though, the air is going to go calm for a while as temperatures meet the dew points tonight. Likely some dense fog. If you're out driving, 4, 5, 6 a.m., watch out for scenes like this across the area. Now, can we get some more rainfall? We need the rainfall. Spotty showers are out there for us right now and throughout the day tomorrow, but it's not going to be a big heavy rain. In fact, here's where it's been dry pretty much for everybody in our viewing area currently. Levels 1, 2, and 3 drought conditions now. We could use more moisture, and there's not a lot of moisture in our 5-day forecast going forward. There are some sprinkles and showers out there now. They're not really a big deal at all. We're going to keep things cloudy tonight, kind of drizzly in here as well with some dense fog, and the rain showers will likely continue spotty off and on tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Probably not ending till around this time sometime tomorrow evening, if not later. We should get some sunshine back in the forecast for us later on Wednesday before another front comes through on Thursday. Okay, so rainfall-wise, looks like this. So again, under a shower or two, there could be a quick quarter or half inch of rainfall. Most of us will not see that, and then we're dry probably into Wednesday and Thursday morning. Our forecast going forward, though, headline-wise, the showers out there through tomorrow. Again, not a big deal. Dry hours, lots of dry hours in there as well. Followed by back in the 80s for us, basically not tomorrow, but probably more so for us on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is rain showers are out there tonight, likely overnight into tomorrow. Dense fog is likely after midnight. Look for low temperatures down to 62 and a calm wind after midnight for tomorrow. All right, so mostly cloudy skies, meaning there will be a little bit of sunshine getting through tomorrow. That could easily boost our temperatures back in the low to mid 70s for highs tomorrow, with those scattered showers through about midday into late in the day tomorrow too. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows much warmer for us on Wednesday and dry. Thursday, same story, 80. There could be a couple showers in the area Thursday evening, otherwise dry on Friday, and sunny too with highs near 81.
Jeff, thank you so much. And there is still more news to come after the break.
We ride, we understand. If you've been injured in a motorcycle wreck, call 855-IRON-LAW today. Iron Horse Motorcycle Lawyers. We protect our own.
This is the furniture you waited 250 years for. Genuine leather seats, lift top storage, pop-up sleeper.
Because nothing's more American than a sofa that's also a bed.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
He put his life on the line for his country. Senator Susan Collins isn't forgetting him or any of our veterans. She's delivered millions in federal funding to improve housing for veterans across Maine and provide housing vouchers to make sure Maine veterans have a place to call home. She's also worked tirelessly to provide the quality mental health care our veterans deserve. Call and tell Senator Collins to keep fighting for our veterans.
Millions of dollars in lies are flooding Maine from out-of-state groups attacking Susan Collins. Independent fact-checkers called this attack on Susan's Medicaid record false. Susan's been named a Medicaid champion, and calling Susan corrupt, also proven false. Mainers know and trust Susan. She's America's most bipartisan senator, and the only way to beat their lies is for us to tell the truth.
I'm Susan Collins, and I've approved this message. Join my team and give today.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
The fun never stops at Wheel.
You got it! It's a card! You're a millionaire!
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
After one of the driest Julys in Maine's history, rain has started to fall again right in time for autumn. A majority of Maine has been in drought this summer, ranging from abnormally dry to severe, according to the Maine Climate Office. And while the mid-coast of Maine has been hit the hardest by the drought, inner parts of the state are also struggling. Farms like Conant Orchards and Etna dealt with the dry stretch of weather last summer and worried it would affect their crops this year as well.
The rain we've been getting recently has really made everything start growing really, really big.
Well, with portions of the state being hit with thunderstorms and heavy rain and more predicted to come in the following weeks, dry conditions will hopefully ease going into the fall.
We worried a little bit because last year where we were in such a drought, we didn't have a great crop.
Well, while the rain coming in has helped out some local businesses, the state at large is, by the way, still facing drought and requires much more prolonged rainfall to fully recover. So we'll certainly be keeping our eyes on forecasts in the coming days and weeks, and hopefully that needed relief is in sight. And that is going to do it for us, folks. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great rest of your night. And for more, join us over on Fox 22 News tonight at 6:30.
This week, President Trump's battle over his $400 million White House ballroom heads to the Supreme Court. Plus, after pleading guilty in federal court, what happens to Luigi Mangioni's murder trial in New York City? World News Tonight with David Muir is the #1 newscast in America.
A car accident can happen at any time, and it can completely disrupt your life. It may feel like the sky is falling. That's when you call the twos. I'm your go-to guy.
Call 222-2222.
First, it was Graham Plattner's problems with women.
And now, Troy Jackson.
According to a police report, Troy Jackson kicked down a door, punched a man.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I thought she made the right decision.
She pulled him by the ear over the counter and then pulled me by my shoulders.
I was furious. I never assaulted her. I was happy that she was just fired and banned from the establishment. I'm glad to put this behind me.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
State police are investigating an incident in Guilford last night that left one man dead and a woman critically injured. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. Maine State Police say the incident happened a little after 7 o'clock at 24 Pine Street. Spokesperson Shannon Moss says the Piscataquis County Sheriff's Office went there for a well-being check and found 2 seriously injured adults inside a neighboring residence. An adult female and male were transported to the hospital. Moss says the male died from his injuries while being transported. The female remains in critical condition. The body of the man who died has been taken to the medical examiner's office to officially determine the cause and manner of death.
It's scary, very terrifying. You don't want something like that to happen, and definitely makes me reconsider.